Episode 3355, Break Away from the Past.
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Christiane Wargo.
Happy day. I hope you're having a fabulous start to your week. It's Inspiration Motivation Day, and I really want you to feel the energy today within your heart. Yes, it's time to let go of what's holding you back. It's time to break away from the past. For those of you who are brand new to Create Your Now, welcome to this incredible family. I'm so delighted of your presence. If you already even had the opportunity, you'll want to head on over to createyournow.com where you can learn more and sign up for the Kisses newsletter. The Keep It Simple strategy, everyday solutions to live, love, and impact. Well, just a couple quick reminders. We are working as fast as we can, but you know what? There's always a hiccup in life, right? As we're going to be talking about here, the past, well, sometimes you have to deal with what's right in front of you, hence Create Your Now. And so our website and some of the tweaks we're doing, we've had a couple setbacks, so bear with us. I appreciate you extending grace, but that is changing. Exciting things. Just yesterday, I was even talking with our developers, so it's fun and exciting there. Secondly, remember, we've got our TV show. So if you want to go deeper with me, head on over to pray.com. And you can download the app. You may already be there. We have our TV show live every Tuesday, 10:30 a.m. Central, 11:30 a.m. Eastern. That's 8:30 a.m. Pacific. Be there or be square. We are working on bringing it into actually Create Your Now, possibly putting it up on YouTube. We go back and forth on that. And then we're also on other TV channels. We're in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We're on the Walk TV. So there's other places you can see us. We're working on getting all of that out. But the easiest thing right now to do is go to Pray. Plus, at Pray, guess what? There are other incredible leaders there too. And you can learn from there. It's not about me, right? It's about learning together. All right. Well, we could sit here and I could just dive in for hours. Oh, and one other reminder. Brand new today. It's out today. Yes, Karen Kingsbury Productions. It is incredible. It's a movie called Someone Like You. Mark your calendars. It's today. It's in the theaters for 10 days. SomeoneLikeYou.movie. Go there. Get your tickets. Buy them in advance. I'm headed there out today. Yes, I'm excited. And so join with me as we celebrate some incredible, talented, truly writers, actors and actresses. It's going to be a movie, a romantic classic in the making for sure. It's going to change your heart. So with that, I want to branch into your inspiration for today, the motivation to keep you going, because I know it's easy. We get like, all riled up, like in a positive way, right? Like you're watching your football team or your basketball team. Maybe you're into March Madness and you're like, hey, my team made the Final Four and I cannot wait to see who takes it to the championship, right? Who's your top team? Well, I've got my picks. I'm not going to tell them to you. Now, maybe if they get to the championship, maybe I'll tell you if mine made it or not. But honestly, I don't really have a preference. But when you're in those moments, right, you can cheer them on and it's like, yes, and you just have that great passion. And then you've got the letdown. Whether you've won or lost, there's just this energy of, ooh. And then sometimes you find yourself sitting down and you're like, I'm just tired. I'm exhausted because you've literally taken all of that energy and given it away for a positive thing. I'm not saying it's negative. But when real life hits you, not about a basketball game, not about football. And you're like, oh my goodness, this past few weeks has just been strenuous and it's been good and bad. And I've been having to deal with things at work. It's like, how do you get your heart pumping in the next direction as to where you want to go? Well, as you stand at the crossroads of familiarity and change, remember that the journey towards something different is not just about reaching a destination, but about the transformation. It's getting to the other side. Break away from the past. Can you believe a quarter of our year is gone? Welcome to April. Yes. In fact, when I did yesterday's episode, I totally forgot that it's April Fool's. And I should have said something like, hey, I'm leaving. Not really. That would have been a horrible joke, honestly. I am not good at doing April Fool's things. Yeah, it's just not me. And you probably would have been like, yeah, Christiane, we'll believe that when we actually see it happen. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. You know, when you're doing this as long as I've been doing it, you're family. I don't want to let you go. In fact, I want to do more with you. And that's why Create Your Now, we are establishing a nonprofit, a way for you to be able to give. A lot of people have been reaching out saying, Christiane, we want to support you because we have reached the end of where we can go. We need to open up and expand more, and that's going to require help. And so we're going to be doing that through our nonprofit. More to come on that. But when I look backwards and I'm thinking, oh, really? A quarter of our year is gone. January, February, March, goodbye. And now we're in April. And it is not an April Fool's. It's the real deal. I don't know about you, but I think a lot of us find ourselves longing for something more. And we see that when we're in the holidays, right? Thanksgiving then brings us into Christmas. And the next thing you know, it's like the new year. And it's like, oh, and you want it to be all halos and bright lights and the shiny things that say, yes, this is where you're headed. And then you get into January and the first couple weeks is not too bad, right? Like the 10, 12 days into it. And then real life begins to settle back in. And the holidays are now gone. And now you're like, seriously? I want something more. I want something different than the familiar tunes and routines that have defined the first few months. Defined where you thought you were going, and then life happened. We've got that stirring within us, right? It just won't go away. That desire beckoning us to explore uncharted territories, to break away from the past. Well, transitioning from the comfort of what you know to the uncertainty of what could be is truly a journey, fraught with both trepidation and excitement. Author JoyBell C once said, there is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you. Let that sink in for a minute. There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you. This untold story in you, this yearning for something different, is a whisper from your soul deep within, that nudge in your gut. It won't go away. I've had those lately with Create Your Now. I had them about a year and a half ago when we were considering going into TV and what that looked like and the doors that were opening. And I got to tell you, it was only God. I mean, I wouldn't have done what we were doing. And I'm like, okay, this is obviously what we're supposed to be doing. So I kept walking through step by step by step. And the door just kept getting wider and wider and wider. And I'm like, okay. And then I was like, all right, we're going to try this. And if it's supposed to go, I'm signing on the dotted line. And it did. And I was like, oh my goodness. But I would have never have known had I not explored it. Sometimes I think we're afraid to explore because we get too caught up in the comfort. When you get that whisper in your soul, that nudge in your gut that won't go away, urging you to step out of your comfort zone, embrace the unknown. But in order to do that, you got to break away from the past. And it's in these moments of reflection that you find the courage to take a leap of faith, to pursue a path that may be unconventional, yet ultimately fulfilling. I know for me, when I first started the podcast, I knew the whole plan. Did I know exactly what it looked like? Not really. But literally, I can go back in my notes and I can show you. It was the vision that God gave me. Now, some people are like, oh, no, Christiane, there's no way. I'm like, I've got the proof. I got the proof. But then you start it and you're like, Lord, isn't it now? Nope, not now. How about now? Nope, not now. How about now? Nope, not right now. And you're like, but why did you give me all of this? And then things start happening. You get a little bit of a detour and you're like, oh, okay, well, this looks like it's making sense. And then something else happens and something else happens. You've got to be willing to embrace the unknown, for it is in the journey toward the unfamiliar that you discover your true self. But are you willing to do that? Are you willing to get off the couch, out of that comfy lazy boy, as I like to say all the time? Embracing change, even when it appears daunting and overwhelming, opens doors to new possibilities and opportunities you may have never considered before. Nothing is impossible. It only is if you don't step out, if you don't break away from the past. To inspire oneself to move in a different direction requires a deep sense of that self-awareness and a willingness to let go of preconceived notions of what our lives should look like. And a lot of that comes from where? Our past. Now, I'm not saying your past has to be negative. Your past can be beautiful, but it still can hold you back. If we are going to elevate where we are headed, then it demands that we listen to the whispers of our hearts and trust in our intuition to guide us toward the path we're meant to tread. Who are you becoming? Because you are always changing, right? You've heard me say, be present, be incredible, be you. This isn't about living in the past. This is being present in the presence of today to create your now. The only constant in life, my friend, is change. Embracing change is not about erasing the past, but by acknowledging its presence while paving the way for a brighter, more fulfilling future. There is something on the other side for you. Who are you becoming? And in the midst of uncertainty, remember these words of wisdom from the American poet Robert Frost. 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Choosing to forge a new path, to embrace the unfamiliar, may be intimidating, right? It can be scary because you don't know what you don't know, but it is in that boldness that you find freedom and truth. Freedom for your heart. Freedom for what's possible. You get to become who you are becoming. Isn't that exciting? I mean, doesn't that just lift you up? Like, get off the couch already. When you get home, don't go sit down and turn on the same thing that you do every single time because, well, that's the habit you're in. Change it. Do something else. Go walk around the block. As you stand at the crossroads of familiarity and change, remember that the journey towards something different is not just about reaching a destination, but about the transformation that occurs along the way. What's old may indeed become new again, but it is in the exploration of the uncharted that you get to discover the depth of your greatness. Remember, one step at a time leads to miles of greatness. Are you ready? Let's do it. Go in peace, be present, be incredible, be you. I love you so very much. I cannot wait to see you on the other side. Blessings, hugs, and lots of love. We'll talk to you real soon. Hey, see you at the movies. Bye-bye.
Feeling inspired, ready to train for life and love your journey? Visit createyournow.com for more incredible resources to help you along the way. We'll see you next time on Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie. And remember, always be sure you consult your physician before beginning any health and fitness plan.